Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on Power Query. As we look in this particular file, we do have a table which has the branch, the months and total sales. So basically what we want to do is we want to calculate the growth or degrowth of each branch for the month on month. So basically we want to see the month on month trending for all the branches. So whether we want to see whether there's an increase or decrease and so on. So how we are going to do is, so let's get started. So if you look here in this particular table, we have the branch, month and total sales. So given from this table, we want to calculate the trending, whether the growth or degrowth for each branch for the respective months from January up to June. So how am I going to do it? First thing is you need to highlight the entire table. Once you highlight the entire table, you go to data and then you click from table/range. Once you click over here, you will notice that a box will appear. And then after that, you press OK. Once you press OK, you will be noticed that it will be navigated to Power Query Editor. So what I need to do is, I need to make sure that I have to create another query. I have to duplicate another query. Why? Because if you see here, if just say I were to sort as per the months, when I sort the months, unfortunately, Power Query is not able to recognize that April, February, Jan is months. So when I try to sort in ascending or descending order, it will not sort in a dates format. It will sort in an alphabetical order, whether A to Z or Z to A. So how am I supposed to sort like January, February, March? Well, what I need to do is, I need to press here right click and duplicate query. Once I press duplicate query, what I need to do is, I need to remove the duplicates. So select this column, remove rows, remove duplicates, so that only these columns are selected. Then what I need to do is, I go to add column and then start from 1. So I select the index column which begins from 1. Why? Because I want to let it know that the data starts from January up to June. So that's why we have a sequence over here. Then what I do is, I go back to my table 1 and then what I do is, I go to home, click merge queries, a box will appear. So once the box appears, I will try to merge with the table 1, 2 and then select the common column. So now we see all the rows are matches and press OK. So I'm not going to expand everything. What I need to do is, I want to expand the index only. So I just remove this. This one, if you remove or never remove, is still the same. I'm going to press OK. And I want to change this to month number so that it's not confusing. So it becomes month number. So now what I want to do is, the intention of this Power Query is to capture the trending, whether to see whether there's a growth or degrowth for each branch for the respective months. So in this particular case, first thing is, I need to sort the branch. Once I sort the branch, the next step what I need to do is, I also need to sort the month, because our month does not begin from April. Instead, it begins from January. So even if I sort in ascending order, for example over here, it will not be accurate. So what I need to do is, I need to make sure that it actually sort by branch and also by the month number. So what I'll do is, I will sort in ascending order for branch and then I will sort in ascending order for the month number. So once I sort, now you'll see in a proper sequence. Then what I'll do is, I go to add column again and I select index column. So this time it starts from 0. And then what I'll do is, I'll press here right click and then duplicate again. So this one is to capture the previous month. So this time what I do is, instead from 0, I change the setting here and I put here starts from 1. And then I press OK. And just like that, now we have the sequence. So what I'll do is, I'll try to merge again. So go to home, merge queries, and then after that, I select over here. So table 1, 3, select this index, and then press OK. I'm not going to expand everything. Instead, I only want to capture the total sales. So I select total sales and then press OK. So basically, we want to make a comparison for these total sales and the previous month sales. So I just want to make a comparison. But unfortunately, I can't do it properly because here we have branch A, branch B, branch C, branch D. So we have many different branches. So now what we can differentiate is, every time there is a January, that indicates that we are entering a different branch. Every time there's a January, there's a different branch. So what we can do is, if this is equivalent to 1, then we want to capture null. So go to add column, conditional column, a box will appear. So what I want to do is, if just say the month number is equivalent to 1, then I want to put here null. Otherwise, it capture the total sales 1. So select column and I select here total sales 1. Just like that, and I press OK. So once I press OK, so this is our data. So what I'm going to do next is, I want to actually make sure that to find the increment, the growth or degrowth. So to do that, I go to custom column. So what I'll do is, I'll use a formula whereby total sales insert divided by the custom insert minus 1. So basically we want to see the rate. So I'm going to write here the growth rate and I'm going to press OK. So you'll get the answers in the form of decimal places. We can actually convert this to percentage. So what I'm going to do next is, basically I want to remove the column. So I want the branch, I want the month, and I also want the month number and the growth rate. So I go to home, choose column. So I will unselect all, select branch, month, and then month number and growth rate. And then what I'll do is I press OK. So now this is the data. The next step is what I can do is I can pivot the column. So I go to transform, pivot column. So I want to put the branch as the header. So values column. So values column will be the growth rate and I press OK. And just like that, so this is our data. The purpose of having month number is to ensure that we need to sort data in a proper format. Instead of sorting from April, we click over here, it sort in ascending order so that it start from January, February, March, April, May, June. And this column you can actually remove. So we can actually arrange the sequence. So maybe we put OCP at the front and then OCB in the second. And then we have OCA and OCBA. Then what we can do is we can actually go to home and then close and load to. Because the moment you press close and load, it will load as a table format in new sheet. So I'm going to press close and load to, and I want to do in only create connection so that all the queries will be loaded as a connection only. But if just say we want to capture that the data to be load, the particular query to be load as a table format, we right click over here, press load to, and then we put your table, existing worksheet, press OK. And just like that, what happened is it will able to capture the data. But of course, if you see here, we want to actually change this. What we can do is we can change this to a percentage format. So if just say I want to put 0 over here, because here I want to put 0, what we can do is we can just press right click and then we can just press edit so that the month of January we want to put as 0. So in this case, what we can do is we can actually go back to the previous steps, like all the steps over here. So we can select this column and then we go to transform and replace value. So whatever the value is null, we want to actually put it as 0. So what we can do is we put here value to find is null, replace it with 0 and press OK. So now we will see all here will have 0. So once we pivot column, it will be like this, and at the end it will be in this format. So now when I press home and close and load, so you will notice right now this data will change into a 0%. So there you go. This is how we can use Power Query not only to do data transformation but also to make changes according to the requirement.